Clemson versus Georgia Tech. Here we go. Ryan, go ahead. We'll let you start and I'll finish.
Where to start, man? Ugly game. It's just ugly. Um, Hats off to the Clemson defense. I think, they're the best in the country, honestly. And I think I might be a little bit biased, but they also haven't let anyone score a touchdown on them. It was all that Clemson defense that won this game. If it wasn't for that defense, Clemson loses this game. Um, Clemson won 14-8, and Clemson had a goal line stand for the ages. James Galsky, won the game. It was crazy. Like once they stopped Georgia Tech on fourth down, they weren't out celebrating, running up and down. They were just tired. They were just on the field collapsing. They were just exhausted. They literally gave everything. So Clemson defense, incredible. Maybe best in the country, if not best, top two. However, that offense, the first half, they had one good, drive. It was a short drive off a Georgia Tech fumble. Got the touchdown. Will Shipley, who, by the way, is probably our best offensive player. And after that, it was just silent. There was just nothing. They just couldn't get anything going. Clemson didn't have a lot of drives. They had 7 or 8 total drives in that entire game, which is very low. However, you expect them to knock a few of those in. There was a lot said over the entire course of the game, or after the game. Tony Elliott, the offensive coordinator, said that Georgia Tech came out with a different scheme than what they were expecting from Georgia Tech, one they hadn't seen, hadn't practiced for, and that really threw them off. I think that's something of an excuse, obviously, that does throw you for a loop when you get out into the field and what you're expecting isn't there. But at the same time, you're supposed to be one of the best offenses in the country. You should be able to figure around it.
They're not the best offense in the country. They're probably not even top 50.
No, I agree. But supposed to.
You're supposed to do. Go ahead, keep going.
The Georgia Tech D, it looked like they were also kind of doing similar to what Nebraska was doing, trying to take away big plays. Couldn't take shots down the field, so Clemson really ran the ball pretty hard. I don't have
for nothing.
It was over 200 yards rushing for Clemson, which is pretty good.
Only scored 4 points.
That was the problem. And then DJ, DJ started to look a little bit more confident in the second half, towards the end of the second half, to be honest. But, after the game, I started pulling up like old highlights of DJ, just trying to like, is this what DJ looked like in the past? It's Notre Dame, it's Boston College, and even in high school. And what I'm seeing right now from DJ is not what I'm seeing in those videos. In those videos, he looks confident in the pocket. His footwork is right. He's going through his progressions.
This propaganda is so dumb. They don't look good. They don't look good, man.
I know.
I told you that this morning. They don't look good. You got a lot. You look through a pair of rose-colored glasses. See a pair of rose-colored glasses. Ryan's a rose-colored glasses kind of guy.
Well, I'm saying
they don't look good, man. They don't look good. They don't look good.
No, they don't. What I'm saying is,
it's kind of like what I just said about Oklahoma and Nebraska. Clemson should wipe the floor with freaking Georgia Tech, no matter what kind of defense they throw out there.
Yeah.
You got 5 stars. Wipe them. But they don't. Go finish.
That's gracious. It does look like, to me, it looks like DJ doesn't have any confidence right now. He's looking like he's building it a little bit toward the end of the game. Hopefully, he continues to build it against NC State, because if he doesn't, I think he loses it. Like Clemson loses to NC State. He doesn't have confidence and doesn't put a decent offensive performance. I think next week's the game. If the offense isn't there, that's when you start seeing losses.
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. Clemson stinks. Their offense stinks. I don't like them. They annoy me. They don't get on my nerves. Not really, but it's if you look at it from a football point of view, I feel like Clemson should have the talent. Clemson lost more than people I think are willing to admit on the offensive side of the ball. You don't realize how much Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence meant to that football team. And the wide receivers, and they got a bunch of young guys in there, and DJ He's okay. He's not the best. And, it's just a whole bunch of things you got going on there. And I'm disappointed. I don't think the offensive line's good. It doesn't surprise me now. I think the play calling is bad. I mean, you look at what South Carolina was able to give. South Carolina had more rushing yards in the first two drives than Clemson had in the whole game versus Georgia. I think they had three. So South Carolina probably had it on the first drive. You need to be able to try to run the ball. And I think that's a sign, Tony Elliott can say what he wants to say. And he's right. Georgia Tech did have a strange defense and it limited it to him. But, there's a lot of factors there with that. I mean, Clemson's defense is good, very good, very, 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 very good. And they can probably live and die with that for a while. But there's going to come a time when Clemson's defense is just going to mess up. It happens. Everybody every year. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. Somewhere down the line, someone's going to score more than 6 points or 8 points or whatever it was. And you got to be able to produce. More than what you're able to produce right now. So it's no surprise. I still think Georgia's defense is very good. But looking at what I've seen these past couple games, it's no surprise that we weren't able to do anything against Georgia. It's not that Georgia was good or Georgia was bad. It's just Clemson's offense is inept and not capable of doing anything. And I hear what Ryan's saying, but I don't know. You just gotta be better, man.
I agree.
You gotta be better. You just gotta be better.
I agree. I honestly feel like
you got all those 5 stars on the field. I mean, Clemson gets whatever they want. I don't know. Georgia Tech probably gets 2 stars and 3 stars.
I feel
Come
like
on, man, you got to be able to do something.
Clemson shouldn't have abandoned the run in that Georgia game,
but
I think they did. That's a problem.
And they're not running the quarterback none. What is the play calling there? So strange. And then I don't know. Is he not able to run? Is he just a pocket passer?
50 yards rushing this past game.
I mean, why do they pull that out? Why are they holding back?
They should have.
Are they scared of you? Scared of opening the playbook?
I mean, they're opening it now, so something's happening, but slowly.
Very slowly.
I do feel like he lost that confidence in the Georgia game, and hopefully he'll. Because we saw what he can do against Notre Dame. He threw for over 400 yards against them. They're a good team. They even held Bama down to like 30 points, which Bama. But see what happens.
I'm not high on Clemson. Ryan's higher on Clemson. Like I said, he works through a pair of rose-colored glasses. I look through a pair of sad glasses. Like I know what it's like to be bad. Ryan, like I said, Ryan doesn't know grief and pain like I know pain and grief. He doesn't know what suffering looks like. I know what suffering really looks like. So, when you're good, man, I just expect you to be good. That's just the way I think. Like what Georgia did to South Carolina last night is what I expect Clemson to do to teams. Now, this Georgia team is something special. I think it's the best team in the country. And I don't know if it's close right now, but I just think, if you're able and capable, you're growing pains. Maybe we're putting a lot of expectations on him. And, going in, I think Georgia Tech is so bad that I expect more. But, it is what it is at this point. We'll see what happens next week at NC State. They better win. Ooh, I'm going to be mad next week. You thought I was mad this week. I'm going to be mad next week.